everybody, and welcome to Atheist Sunday School, your one-stop shop for everything Atheist Sunday and School.
We're your hosts. I'm Ruben.
And I'm Lawrence.
And today we're covering 6 chapters of Joshua.
Yeah, we are.
The most exciting...
You're so fucking cringy right now.
The most exciting content in the Bible.
And I'm Chris.
And Chris is over here too.
Chris is off in Chris' corner.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Tristan, as he wants to be called now.
Tristan.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wants to be called Tristan.
Don't you call me that!
We've decided that
You
the
can't force me to be
CH
called that.
in the beginning of Chris is the traditional Hebrew pronunciation.
Well, how
So,
about
Tristan.
the 100-point
So,
show?
more like Tristan.
How about the 100-point
Right,
show?
right.
Yeah, we can
100-point
do
show.
the 100-point show. So, why don't you begin the 100-point show, Lawrence?
All right, sure. And this one, since we spent pretty much all day talking about this, how many, in the past 5 days, how many views has our Council of Nicaea video gotten?
One.
Shut up, Chris.
In the past, how many days?
5 days.
5 days. 20K.
Ooh, way more.
Way more. 44K.
The answer is 50K.
Wow, 50K.
Guys, we hit a huge spike, but I'm going to talk more about that after Ruben's 100-point show question.
All right, my 100-point show question is, in the popular American television series Lost, directed by J.J. Abrams, which many millions of people watch across the world. What was the name of the doctor from that series?
Farnsworth.
No.
Damn.
No, that's not correct.
Who? Doctor
It's like
Who.
Crawford.
Oh, I don't fucking know. No idea. Never watched Lost.
Never watched Lost.
Not a single episode.
You know what else is really cool? We went up in our subscriber count by like almost 1,000 in a week.
Almost 1,000 subscribers in the past week. So, hello to all of the new subscribers. If anyone watching is new, we do the 100-point show to just kind of vamp for time. Usually takes up like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Except that one time.
Which one time?
That one time that we did a game show.
Oh yeah, that one time that we did a game show. Yeah, that took much longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So to all of the new subscribers, I would like to welcome you. This is the show where we talk about the Bible. We read the Bible all the way through.
All the way through.
Including the boring parts, which kind of sucks. But we talk about the stories and context, and also we also talk about them in not only their context in the narrative, but their historical context as well.
Yes.
So.
Sometimes we discuss whether things are scientifically possible.
Yeah. Sometimes we discuss if things are scientifically possible, which most of the time they're not.
Yeah.
So today we are getting through some inheritance stuff in Joshua.
Ooh, inheritance.
Yeah. So it's pretty much they're just dividing the land here, and I'm going off of just some of the scholarship I've learned along the way. And if anyone is wondering, I am going to school for religious studies there when school starts.
Yeah, when school starts.
Yeah.
Which is pretty soon.
Pretty soon, yeah, in like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 weeks. So, yeah, I mean, you probably came to the channel for the scholarship and the history, and that's what we like to do here. And Ruben likes to do philosophy.
Yeah, I have a degree in philosophy.
He does. He actually has a degree.
Yeah, and I'm going back for a second one in psychology.
Well, I wish you luck with that.
It's going to be fun.
It
So
probably
fun.
won't.
I have to take this feminist psychology course.
Is that unnecessary?
Well, it's one that I took before and failed, and I need to raise my GPA.
Right, gotcha.
But I remember when I took it the first time, the textbook made claims like, ableism is a woman's issue.
Oh, not intrinsically.
My professor did make the claim that lesbians have better relationships and better sex than straight couples.
I mean, I don't know. That may or may not be true. Like, just from statistical averages, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it was a pretty terrible class overall.
well, hopefully you don't fail it this time around.
Oh, I won't.
Yeah. But anyways, before we get started here, I have the English Standard Version.
I have the King James Version of the Bible, which, as we all know, is a terrible translation.
It is a terrible translation, and if you haven't seen it yet, I made a video on why it's a terrible translation.
It's a terrible one.
Yeah.
We also have on hand the New King James Version.
And the Holy Scriptures, according to the Masoretic text, with the aid of previous versions and with constant consultation of Jewish authorities.
Yeah,
That
so
one.
we'll reference that
Circa
if we need to.
Yeah. So
1917.
1917.
Yeah, old school.
And we also
Have the New Interpreter's Bible Old Testament Survey.
And we have the Oxford Companion to the Bible, which has only been useful for us once,
And
at
I
least
don't
for our
think
purposes.
This one has ever been useful.
I mean, it has for some like prerequisite stuff.
We've opened the books a couple times. You know what? Before we get started here, why don't you explain this, what we're covering?
Oh yeah, the
so
inheritance. Well, while you look for whatever, for all of the new subscribers, welcome. And yeah, shut up, Chris. Yes, so we do have a Patreon account. So if you end up really enjoying what we do, consider donating. It really helps us maintain the show and all the other videos we make.
And the website.
And the website. We also have one of those as well. And I think the perks are pretty good. So for $1, you get access to all behind-the-scenes footage and all Milwaukee Atheists video scripts. So you guys can get those tomes of literature for $1 a month. I think that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, you can get a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you can just open them up, click Control F, and find whatever you need in those.
Yeah, which is much better than a physical book, because if I could just Control F through this Old Testament
It'd be
survey,
great, yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah. For $5 or more patrons, you get the previous rewards, and you get a copy of all books a member of Milwaukee Atheist publishes. So with that, you get the book that I have already written and an upcoming one. It's probably going to take a while to finish, but it is a really big book.
And I'm working on a book.
Are you?
Yeah, but it's a novel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's doing a novel, I guess.
I have the
Yeah,
novelist
it'll be
handbook.
very novel.
I bet it will. $10 or more a month, previous rewards, your name on the credit roll of all the videos you helped sponsor that month, and entrance into a monthly t-shirt giveaway. As of right now, he's in the chat right now, Landon Knoll is the only guy that's getting t-shirts.
The only one out there, so we need some more healthy competition in that arena.
Yeah, otherwise that random roll, that random choice that we make will always go to Landon.
Wow. And that's no
Yeah.
good.
Oh, speaking of shirts, I have sent out the shirts. I sent the Landon. I have your shirt sent to you. I have finally I got Fitzgerald's shirt in too, because Teespring likes to take a long time. So
In Slavic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slavic B, I think.
Slavic
the comment winner.
Yes.
For $20 or more a month, previous rewards, you get a weekly hangout with the team to discuss video ideas and other topics, and you get free tickets to any future events we hold, lodging and transportation not included. And then for $50 or more a month, you could be on this show.
Yep.
That spot is limited to 4, and Landon has one of those. So 3 more of these are available. So you could be on the show, and you get a special shout out in a video you helped sponsor that month.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what I found here in this Old Testament survey is Canaan at the time of the conquest, and I don't know.
You can try to show it to the camera. You get
I'll try
that,
and
Chris?
show it to the camera. Well, you can see here there's Canaan at the time of the conquest, and if you can kind of make out what's written there, you can get a little bit of context for what areas we're working with if you're not familiar with the names of the old cities.
Yeah.
Okay.
And many of the names have stayed the same. Some of them have changed.
So that was useful.
Yeah, it's useful.
It is useful.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let's get into Joshua chapter 14.
Yes.
I'll begin reading. This is...
We also have rum. It's not my favorite kind of rum, but it's rum.
It's
I got
rum.
you. You're welcome.
Nice.
The rum is not gone. Okay,
It's pretty fresh.
so we're covering inheritance. I gather we aren't actually going to comment on much.
We might.
We might.
We might.
All right. And these are the countries which the children of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel, distributed for inheritance to them. By lot was their inheritance, as the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses, for the 9 tribes and for the half-tribe. Now, I gather that the half-tribe of Manasseh is actually a full tribe, and that half of them chose to stay on that side.
No. They're called the half tribe because
It's their bloodline.
yeah, because
because
they
of
bred
their
with
bloodline.
yeah, so they're half breeds.
Oh, yeah. For Moses had given...
God, Bacardi isn't good. I'm gonna get a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's one on the table right there.
Yeah, I see it.
For Moses had given the inheritance of 2 tribes and a half-tribe on the other side Jordan, but unto the Levites he gave none inheritance among them. For the children of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. Therefore they gave no part unto the Levites in the land, save cities to dwell in, with their suburbs for their cattle and their inheritance, for their substance. As the Lord commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel do, as they divided the land. Then the children of Judah came unto Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, said unto him...
So before we get into the quote, this is our first any dialogue we get from Caleb.
Yeah, this is the first mention of
Anything
Caleb,
about
really.
Caleb that's more than he was, that he was righteous,
Yeah.
or that he was just. He was like one of, it was him and Joshua from the original tribes that could actually enter the land.
And this is the first line in the entire book where Caleb speaks. Said unto him, Thou knowest the thing that the Lord said unto Moses, the man of God, concerning me and thee, in Kadesh Barnea. 40 years old was I when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to empty out the land. And I brought him word again as it was in mine heart. Nevertheless, my brethren that went up with me made the heart of the people melt. But I wholly followed the Lord my God, and Moses sware on that day, saying, Surely the land whereon thy feet have trodden shall be thine inheritance, and thy children's forever, because thou hast wholly followed the Lord my God. And now, behold! The Lord hath kept me alive, as he said, these 45 years. Even since the Lord spake this word unto Moses, while the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now, lo, I am this day 85 years old.
I have behold.
Wow.
Yeah. Behold!
Behold, as yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me. As my strength was then, even so is my strength now for war, both to go out and to come in. Now therefore give me this mountain, whereof the Lord spake in that day. For thou heardest in that day how the Anakim were there, and that the cities were great and fenced. If so be the Lord will be with me, then I shall be able to drive them out, as the Lord said.
So basically, Caleb just went to Joshua and gave him his life story.
Yeah.
Told him the ages he was.
Yeah.
And then why he should get the land.
Basically.
Or no, why...
in modern parlance, he'd be like, hey, I'm old, but I can still do things now, and I want these mountain cities, and my people can sack them. And you had trouble with them, so if we sack them, we get them. Is that cool?
Let's find out Joshua's response.
And Joshua blessed
Cliffhanger.
him and gave unto Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, Hebron for an inheritance. Hebron, therefore, became the inheritance of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, unto this day, because that he wholly followed the Lord God of Israel. And the name of Hebron before was Kirjath Arba, which Arba was a great man among the Anakim, and the land had rest from war.
You know what's really interesting? For Arba, it says that the Hebrew translation was just he. Yeah, so at least in the... so when it says that Hebron was formerly was Kiriath Arba, it says in parentheses, he was the greatest man among the Anakim.
Yeah. So...
Not to be confused with Anakin.
Right. He hates sand. Picked a bad location.
Lawrence doesn't like Star Wars.
I don't, but I know who fucking Anakin Skywalker is.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's rough and coarse and gets everywhere.
Yeah, sand.
Yeah, sand.
Right behind you, Lawrence. I know you can't see.
I see plenty of sand.
Plenty of sand.
And that's it for chapter 14. If you liked that, give us a like. I see we have 26 viewers. That means we should have 25 viewers.
Yeah, 25.
That means we should have 25 likes.
Yeah, the likes really do help us out. And I understand that this is a boring episode, but you know what? Blame the Bible.
Blame the Bible.
Blame the Bible.
The
Hashtag
Bible.
blame the Bible.
Yeah. Hashtag blame the Bible.
You could use that for so many things.
If only they had spaghetti back in those days. The Bible thumpers would be worshiping the spaghetti monster today.
Just as we all are.
Yes, just as we all do.
Yeah.
Hail spaghetti.
And I saw in the chat, Landon said he was going to be wearing his Behold t-shirt when he's on the Non Sequitur show.
Oh.
I think tomorrow, he said. Which is great, because the Non Sequitur show is fucking awesome.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing really well. They did a lot of stuff right. That was really well done.
Honestly, if I could have picked a name for a show,
Non
I
Sequitur,
other
yeah.
than the narcissistic nihilist, I would have picked the Non Sequitur show. That's
Yeah,
a great
that sounds
name.
like something you would do.
Yeah, I like the name.
Yeah.
Well, if you're enjoying the show so far, you know.
Oh, today, awesome.
Share it around with your friends, family, neighbors, countrymen,
Ex-girlfriends.
estranged children, ex-wives.
All those
too.
people. All right. So that was the inheritance.
Of Caleb.
Yes, and it was labeled as the inheritance west of the Jordan. So I feel this is kind of like a setup for all the stuff that's west of the Jordan.
All right.
So, chapter 15. The allotment for the tribe of the people of Judah, according to their clans, reached southward to the boundary of Edom, to the wilderness of Zin at the farthest south. And their south boundary ran... Wait, actually, could you open up the map for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zach Pascal just subscribed.
All right,
Thanks for
Zach
subscribing.
Pascal?
Yeah, Zach.
Okay, thank you, Zach Pascal. Okay. It's probably pronounced Zach. Pascal...
A-C-H?
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah, Zach.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. So, Zach Pascal, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for abandoning God.
So here's the map
Yeah, so Wilderness of Zin is in the Negev.
right here.
Yes.
You want to put that on the camera, Ruben?
Yeah, you go ahead and do
Yeah.
that.
So the wilderness of Zin is right here.
Yeah.
Very tip of the map.
Yeah. And goes...
Got it.
Well, it's the Wilderness of Zin at the farthest south, and their south boundary ran from the end of the Salt Sea from the bay that faces southward. It goes out southward of the ascent of Akrabim, passes along to Zin, and goes up south of Kadesh Barnea. Shut up, Chris.
Sorry.
Along by Hezron up to Adar, turns about to Karka, passes along to Asmon, goes out by the brook of Egypt, and comes to its end at the sea. This shall be your south boundary, and the east boundary is the Salt Sea to the mouth of the Jordan, and the boundary on the north side runs from the bay of the sea at the mouth of the Jordan, and the boundary goes up to Beth Hogla, and passes along north of Beth Araba, and the boundary goes up to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben. That's a weird phrasing. And the boundary goes up to Deber from the valley of Acher, and so northward, turning towards Gilgal, which is opposite the ascent Adumim, which is on the south side of the valley, and the boundary passes along to the waters of En Shemesh and ends in En Rogel. Then the boundary goes up by the valley of the son of Hinnon at the southern shoulder of the Jebusite, that is Jerusalem, and the boundary goes up to the top of the mountain that lies over against the valley of Hinnom on the west, at the northern end of the valley.
Gilgal is
Of
further north than
of Rephaim.
Jerusalem.
Is it?
Yeah. Gilgal, Jerusalem.
You're right. It
Gil-
is further north.
Gilgal is literally further north than Jerusalem. Check it out on the map. I can't really point to it this way, but
Yeah.
you can see Gilgal, Jerusalem.
Yeah, I'm sure if you like blow it up or something, it'd be seen.
It's blown up basically when I do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, this is ridiculous. So some commentary, just to take a break from whatever this is.
Their sense of
So
scale
this,
is horrible.
well, yeah, but this was written after the Babylonian exile. So this was written as a way to let the next generations know where their land was. So this seems like a weird way of writing.
A map.
Yeah.
And it's inaccurate.
Yeah.
Literally, they said that Jerusalem was north of Gilgal.
Yeah.
It's incorrect.
All right, I guess let's continue with this.
Yeah.
Oh, although this story is supposed to take place like 1100 BCE or something around
Well,
there.
this
It's
is
supposed
Canaan
to.
at the time of the conquest.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
yes, at the time of the conquest. Yeah. Okay.
So unless they just built a new city called Jerusalem that was north of Gilgal.
I mean,
They did a
they
huge
didn't.
time skip.
They shut up, Chris. They didn't do a fucking time skip.
They do that.
It's not between seasons.
This is a flashback.
No, it's not. Not in the context. Shut the fuck up. Then the boundary extends from the top of the mountain to the spring of the waters of Nephtoah, and from there to the cities of Mount Ephron. Then the boundary bends around to Bala, that is Kiriath Jearim, and the boundary circles west of Bala to Mount Seir, passes along to the northern shoulder of Mount Jearim, that is Chesalon, as if that helps me, and goes down to Beth Shemesh and passes along the Timnah. The boundary goes out to the shoulder of the hill north of Ekron. Then the boundary bends around to Shikaron and passes along to Mount Bala and goes out to Jabneel. Then the boundary comes to an end at the sea, and the west boundary was the Great Sea with its coastline. This is the boundary around the people of Judah according to their clans, and the Great Sea is most likely in reference to the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This just sounds like a song. Like it could be a bad children's song.
This
You could
doesn't
sing it.
sound like what a terrible song this would be.
It would be like that song about your elbow being, or your left hip bone's connected to your
Oh,
thigh bone.
yeah, that
It
one.
sounds like that if you read it in
Wait, okay.
a poorly paced song.
So I want to, I had something to point out, and then Chris kind of kept
sorry,
talking. Yeah, and I forgot what it was. Fuck you, Chris.
Jeez, I'm so unhealthy today.
All right, let us continue with whatever this is.
Yeah.
According to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, he gave to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, a portion among the people of Judah. Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron. Arba was the father of Anak. And Caleb drove out from there the 3 sons of Anak, Sheshai and Ahiman and Talmai, the descendants of Anak. And he went up from there against the inhabitants of Debir. Now, the name of Debir formerly was Kirath-Sepher. And Caleb said, whoever strikes Kirath-Sepher and captures it, to him I will give Aksha, my daughter, as wife, as you do in these days. Mm-hmm. And Othniel, the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, captured it. Wait, hold on. So Othniel, the son of Kenaz, and Kenaz was Caleb's brother, so he's giving his daughter to her cousin? That's what
guess.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Sounds like that.
Yeah, to her first cousin. Okay.
That's gross.
All right then.
Way to go, Bible.
And he gave him Aksa, his daughter, as wife. When she came to him, she urged him to ask her father for a field, and she got off her donkey, and Caleb said to her, so I want to point this out. In some translations, check yours. Does it say she got off her ass? Because I feel like that's a lot better.
Which verse is it exactly?
It is 18.
18.
Yes.
Ooh. And it came to pass, as she came unto him, that she moved him to ask of her father a field. And she lighted off her ass.
She got off her ass.
Lighted
off her ass. That's good.
That's actually like a t-shirt quality thing.
And Caleb said to her, what do you want? And she said to him, give me a blessing. Since you have given me the land of the Negev, give me also springs of water. And he gave her the upper springs and the lower springs.
So Landon asked this question last week and also in the chat this week. So what I've found is that
What was the question?
there are a so-called 10 lost tribes of Israel, Judah and Levi being Middle Eastern Jews,
Okay.
right? And the rest of the tribes, apparently, the Christian apologetics claim that that's where the Jews from Europe come from. You know, the Russian Jews.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. They are the 10 lost tribes, apparently. So I suppose that there might be some claim to inheritance, but given the fact that nobody can actually identify what tribe they're from.
That and the fact that... No, you know what? I lost the thought.
Damn it, Lawrence.
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible today.
Holy shit, man.
I am awful today.
It's not just me.
Oh, that and the fact that tradition is fucking stupid.
Oh! Oh!
There you go. I remembered a thing.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So it's like people move. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't just say like your entire lineage owns a land. Like that's just silly to me.
Well, what happens
like I know
when
that
you
like
reproduce at a rate that isn't sustainable in that land?
like well yeah, then you end up with what's that, there was this one like little tiny town in China, they got rid of it recently, but it was like it was fairly tall buildings, but everybody was clumped together, and it was like the most densely populated
the city
town.
Within the city.
Yeah. I don't remember what that was called.
Me neither.
But it'd be like that.
There's a documentary I watched.
Yeah, I think I also watched like at least pieces of that documentary.
Sure, I think you were there, yeah.
But anyways,
Let's continue.
Or else we'll never
This
get through
is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Judah according to their clans. The cities belonging to the tribe of the people of Judah in the extreme south toward the boundary of Edom, where Kabzeel, Eder, Jagur, Kinna, Dimna, Adada, Kadesh, Hazar, Ithnan, Ziph, Telem, Bealoth, Hazar Hadath, Kiriath Hezron, that is Hazor, Amam, oh my god, Shema, Moladah, Hazar Gadah, Heshmosh, Beth Pelet, Hazar Shual, Beersheba, oh my god, what the fuck is this? Biziothia, Bala, Eam, Ezem, Eltalad, Chesel, Horma, Ziglag, Madmana, Sansana, Leboth, Shilham, Ain, and Rimmon, in all 29 cities with their villages. Oh dear God, and it keeps going.
So Lawrence,
Yeah.
you just lost 3 billion subscribers from that.
I bet we did just lose 3 billion subscribers. That was awful. Oh my God.
You ready for the next 3 billion?
Yes.
All right.
And in the lowland, because that was the extreme south, but the lowland is a different portion.
Oh.
Well, you know, it's weird because they name, like, Kadesh. And if you look at the map, there's Kadesh. At the very top of the map, at the very northernmost point on...
Wait, I thought Kadesh was lower down too. Look at that.
That's another Kadesh.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's Kadesh, and this is Kadesh.
Which one are they talking
These
about?
are...
they're speaking of the southern one, most definitely.
Also,
the extreme south, it would have to be the southern.
They put it in with Edom, and this map lists Edom as
Good job.
right here. It's just at the beginning of Joshua.
Yeah.
Edom's right here. Now,
Edom's the region, yeah.
Beersheba is all the way over here.
Move up closer.
Beersheba is all the way over here, and I suppose they would be talking about the Kadesh at the bottom.
It would be the southern
slightly
one. It would.
Southern. But this isn't like the ridiculous south. And I can't corroborate some of these because
they're not on the map.
They're just not on the map. But I wouldn't say... Maybe if they're using, like, the entry point of the River Jordan, or, like, the middle of the River Jordan, as their center, then it would make sense that this is the extreme south.
For the region that they were going into Canaan, it would have been the extreme, I guess, south. All right. Yeah, you're absolutely right, OT. Blame the Bible. We should write a song called Blame the Bible.
Blame the Bible. Make it solar.
We could do that.
I have a banjo.
And I have no, I don't have a clarinet, but I know how to play clarinet.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was fine.
Bad combo.
It was. You're right. And in the lowland, Eshtaol, Zorah, Ashna, Zonoah, Enganim, Tapua, Enam, Jarmuth, Adullam, Soko, Ezekah, Sharaim, Edithaim, Gederah, Gederothaim, 14 cities with their villages. Zenon, Hadash, Migdal-gad, Dilian, Mizpah, Joktheel, Lashish, however it's pronounced, Bozkath, Eglon, Kaban, Lamam, Chitlish, Gederoth, Beth Dagon, Nama, and Makkedah. 16 cities with their villages. This is awful. This is ridiculous, and this is a huge ass fucking list. Oh my God, why did I sign up for this? Libnah, Ether, Ashan, Ipta, Ashna, Nazib, Kela, Akzib, and Marasha, 9 cities with their villages. Ekron, with its towns and its villages, from Ekron to the sea, all that were by the side of Ashdod with their villages. Ashdod, its towns and its villages. Gaza, its towns and its villages, to the brook of Egypt and the great sea with its coastline. And in the hill country, Shamir, Jatir, Soko, Dana, Kiriath Sana, that is Debir, Anab, Eshemoth, Anim, Goshen, Holon, and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages. Okay, so here's what I can gather from this. First, they gave, the region, and now they're listing all the cities in the region.
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite a few cities. Arab, Duma, Eshan, Janim, Beth Tapua. That sounds like the Tapu Kokos in Pokemon.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Apaka, Humta, Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, and Zior. 9 cities with their villages. Maon, Carmel, ooh, delicious.
Ooh, but it's not
Ziph,
caramel. It's caramel.
Carmel, yeah. Ziph, Juta, Jezreel, Jokdiam, Zanoah, Cain, spelled differently, Gibeah, and
Mine
Timnah.
is Cain.
Oh, is it really? Mine is
Yeah.
a K.
Wow, King James.
Good job. 10 cities with their villages. Halhul, Beth-Zur, Geder, Marath, Beth-Anath, and Eltekon. Eltekon, that sounds cool. 6 cities with their villages. Kiriath Baal, that is Kiriath Jearim, because that's so helpful. And Rabbah, 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Beth Araba, Midden, Sekaka, Nibshan, the city of salt. I like how that's the only one that has like a qualifying thing. Nibshan is the city of salt. That's
Mine's
the most
different.
exciting thing about this
Mine is different.
passage.
Mine says and Nibshan and the city of salt.
Oh, okay. So it's a different thing. All right.
Yeah.
The city of salt and En-Gedi, 6 cities with their villages. But the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the people of Judah, could not drive out. So the Jebusites dwell with the people of Judah at Jerusalem to this day. So
Why not?
I don't know.
Why couldn't they drive them out?
I don't. Maybe let's see. In
I think
Jerusalem.
they could drive them out.
For 15?
Yeah, that is it for 15.
That's it for 15. Wow, that's a long chapter. 63 verses.
63 verses, and half of it was just a list.
Yeah.
And
Jeez.
the other one was a terribly constructed map.
You see there
Wait,
are
what?
people out there?
Who dedicate their lives to studying the Bible, like priests,
Yeah.
and they I guess prefer this over just looking at a map.
I don't know if I would say that. They probably enjoy the maps more, honestly.
Like, wouldn't it just be a lot more convenient?
They had a map.
To draw a map,
Yeah, it would be.
yeah, it would.
But
But they
that
chose not to.
yeah, they chose not to.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Anyways, moving on to chapter 16.
Make sure to drop a like. I see 27 viewers. I saw up to 31 viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see 27 viewers. We should see 27 likes or dislikes, whatever. It's a boring episode. I get it. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
We'll really drink for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, I'll start chapter 16.
Good
Chapter
luck.
16. And the lot of the children of Joseph fell from Jordan by Jericho, unto the water of Jericho on the east, to the wilderness that goeth up from Jericho throughout Mount Bethel, and goeth out from Bethel to Luz, and passeth along the borders of Archi to Ataroth, and goeth down westward to the coast of Japheleti, unto the coast of Beth-horon, the nether.
Ooh,
And-
the nether.
Yeah. And to Gezer, and the goings out thereof are at the sea. So the children of Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim took their inheritance, and the border of the children of Ephraim, according to their families, was thus. Even the border of their inheritance on the east side was Ataroth-adar, unto Beth-horon, the upper. And the border went
You're a
up
Beth Horon.
Alright,
the
so
upper.
what's wrong with you?
I'm not at all, but that was awful.
And the border went out toward the sea to Mikmetha.
Victor Harper just subscribed.
Thanks,
Thank
Victor.
you, Victor Harper, for abandoning God. You know, I kind of feel like with the kind of content we make, we actually get Christian subscribers too.
Probably. We
Yeah.
probably get a lot of Christian subscribers.
Yeah,
but-
which is all right, fine.
and if we get Christian patrons, that's good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if would we be doing something right or wrong? I don't know at that point.
I don't know. Would we be missionaries?
I sure fucking hope not.
You're doing a service.
Minchmitha on the north side, and the border went about eastward unto Ta'anath Shiloh, and passed by it on the east to Janohah. And it went down from Janohah at Ataroth, and to Naarath, and came to Jericho, and went out at Jordan. The border went out from Tapua westward unto the river Kana, and the goings out thereof were at the sea. This is the inheritance of the tribes of the children of Ephraim by their families. And the separate cities for the children of Ephraim were among the inheritance of the children of Manasseh, all the cities with their villages. And they drove out not the Canaanites that dwelt in Gezer, but the Canaanites dwelt among the Ephraimites unto this day, and serve under tribute. And that's the end of chapter 16. I'm glad that I got a really short one for once.
Yeah, that was a bummer. I'm looking through this commentary, or not this commentary, this the Oxford Companion to the Bible, and I was looking for something like to add some commentary to these chapters. And sadly, this is kind of like a serious bummer. They don't cite or they don't give you an index of verses, which is really a bummer because that's a really easy way to find stuff on certain verses.
Yeah, it is.
Certainly.
But we don't have access to that.
No.
Anyways, that's the end of chapter 16. If you like it so far, share it around like a bottle of hobo wine at family, events.
Dinners.
Well, I mean, it can't. If it's just dinner, then it's not dinner time right now. So,
It's dinner time somewhere.
is it?
Probably.
If it's dinner time for you, share it around.
Actually, definitely, yes. It's dinner time somewhere right now.
I bet it's dinner for me.
Well, what if everyone in that particular region
Wasn't
eats
having dinner?
later on at night as part of a cultural
Somebody is having dinner right now.
Somebody. Yeah, somebody. Anyways, Lawrence, you can start with chapter 17.
Yeah. Chapter 17. Yep. Then allotment was made to the people of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph. To Machir, the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, were allotted Gilead and Bashan, because he was a man of war. And allotments were made to the rest of the people of Manasseh by their clans, Abiezer, Helek, Azriel, Shechem, Hefer, and Shemida. These were the male descendants of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, by their clans. Now Zelophehad, who we had a whole thing about.
Yeah.
Now Zelophehad, the son of Hefer, the son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, had no sons, but only daughters. And these are the names of his daughters: Mala, Noah, Hogla, Milcah, and Tirzah. They approached Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the leaders and said, "The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance along with our brothers. So according to the mouth of the Lord, he gave them an inheritance among the brothers of their father."
Mine says according to the commandments of the Lord.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
But according to the commandments of the Lord, he gave them an inheritance among the brothers of their father. Thus there fell to Manasseh 10 portions besides the land of Gilead and Bashan, which is on the other side of the Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh received an inheritance along with his sons. And we covered that story in a previous episode.
Yes, we did.
Was that in Numbers or Deuteronomy? I forget.
I can't quite recall.
Numbers, guys.
That was Numbers?
Is Numbers?
I think it was near the end of Numbers. It would have been.
Listy part of Numbers with the stuff.
Okay, yeah. That was like near the vengeance on the Midianites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. End of Numbers. Which the end of Numbers then would have been written after this.
Right.
Because this came before. Yeah, the land of Gilead was allotted to the rest of the people of Manasseh. The territory of Manasseh reached from Asher to Michmetha, which is east of Shechem. Then the boundary goes along southward to the inhabitants of En-Tappuah. The land of Tappuah belonged to Manasseh, but the town of Tappuah on the boundary of Manasseh belonged to the people of Ephraim. Then the boundary went down to the brook Kana. These cities, to the south of the brook, among the cities of Manasseh, belonged to Ephraim.
I know it's a nitpick. Mine says the river. There's a difference.
The
between
river?
a brook and a river.
The river? Fucking heresy.
The brook, you will be put to death by burning on the stake and the cross.
Have you guys met a brook or a river?
I've met a brook.
I've met Brooke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to school with the brook.
A person named River.
Yeah. No, I've never met a person named
I've
River.
met a person named Sky.
Me too.
Yeah.
Didn't you put do something with her name and your arm?
No, someone said they'd give me $10 if I wrote on my arm.
Sky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I only had a pencil, so I tried. I tried really hard.
So you ended up carving it in.
Well, it didn't quite carve it in. I just kind of broke the skin at one point.
Like, I managed to get the K and the Y on there with the pencil, but I couldn't do it with the S.
It was just not working.
Spartan Films 97.
Subscriber?
Yep.
Thank you, Spartan Films 97, for abandoning God. Yeah, we're still in that spike, but I'm sure that after today we're probably going to lose that spike.
No way.
We need
might.
to ride that spike. It needs to keep going up.
This bubble will never pop.
Yes, it will.
It's Bitcoin.
It will fucking
Yeah,
pop.
we're reliable. Like
We are the housing market and .com.
We can't fail. We're too big to fail.
Shut the fuck up. I wish we were too big to fail. Then the boundary went... Oh, I already read that.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's all kind of the same.
It said, fuck it, I'll read it. Then the boundary went down to the brook of Kana. These cities to the south of the brook, among the cities of Manasseh, belong to Ephraim. Then the boundary of Manasseh goes on the north side of the brook and ends at the sea, the land to the south being Ephraim's, and that to the north being Manasseh's, with the sea forming its boundary. On the north, Asher is reached, and on the east, Issachar. Also, in Issachar and in Asher, Manasseh had Bethshean and its villages, and Ibleam and its villages, and the inhabitants of Dor and its villages, and the inhabitants of Endor and its villages. Endor.
The forested moon.
Fucking Endor.
Fun fact, Endor is a real location, and they filmed it. It's a real place, and they used that place to film Endor.
Did they really?
So is Tatooine.
Okay. And its villages, and the inhabitants of Tanakh and its villages, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and its villages. The third is Naphtah. Yet the people of Manasseh could not take possession of those cities, but the Canaanites persisted in dwelling in that land. Now, when the people of Israel grew strong, they put the Canaanites to forced labor, but did not utterly drive them out. Then the people of Joseph spoke to Joshua, saying, "Why have you given me but one lot and one portion as an inheritance, although I am a numerous people, since all along the Lord has blessed me?" And Joshua said to them, "If you are a numerous people, go up by yourselves to the forest, and there clear ground for yourselves in the land of the Perizzites and the Rephaim, since the hill country of Ephraim is too narrow for you."
Mine says the Perizzites and of the giants.
So here's the issue with this. They don't want to give them. They don't want to give Manasseh anything, so they're like, make your own fucking land. And Joshua's just making excuses, saying that it's too fucking narrow. They'll be fucking fine.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Too narrow! Make it wider!
The people of Joseph said, "The hill country is not enough for us. Yet all the Canaanites who dwell in the plain have chariots of iron, both those in Beth-shean and its villages, and those in the valley of Jezreel." Then Joshua said to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, "You are a numerous people and have great power. You shall not have one allotment only, but the hill country shall be yours. For though it is a forest, you shall clear it and possess it to its farthest borders. For you shall drive out the Canaanites, though they have chariots of iron and though they are strong." So, I don't want to pass this over, but they enslaved the Canaanites. They put them to forced labor.
Yeah.
And then they kind of say, "Oh, it's okay because at least we didn't exile them." I would pick being like sent somewhere else than being forced labor.
Yeah. Probably.
Like any fucking day. Or
that's just a personal preference.
It's just a personal preference. Yeah, you're right. That is a personal preference.
In the almighty wisdom of God, you would choose to be forced labor.
I would, yeah, totally.
God
God would choose to be a slave.
Yeah. Yeah, he would.
If that was a thing that could happen in any possible world.
17.
No, that's all of 17.
That's all of 17.
Yep. So, yeah, that was 17. We have 33 viewers. Definitely drop a like if you haven't
Should
already.
see 33 likes.
34 likes because we just went up to 34 viewers. So
Yep.
we should see 34 likes. I think this is almost the most viewers we've had.
Yeah, that's
Live-
a fair
live
We're
number.
stream.
getting close. 36 was our peak.
Was it?
36 was our peak.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome.
So if we get just 3 more viewers in here, then we will
Our peak.
peak our peak. So share it around
Yeah.
like so many things.
Yeah.
I don't know, I usually have like a couple
Quick,
things that I
quick,
go
this is
to,
Usually
six
do.
chapters.
But there are a lot more chapters.
Yeah.
Chapter 18, then. And the whole congregation of the children of Israel assembled together at Shiloh, and set up the tabernacle of the congregation there, and the land was subdued before them.
I'm so glad that they didn't go into detail
About the tabernacle?
about setting up the tabernacle again.
Oh, dude. Oh,
would've been
if you guys didn't
awful.
if you guys didn't see it,
Go back and watch our Exodus episode.
or just flip through it because it's all just fucking. Here is how you. First of all, you need one of these things, and here's how you make one of these things. Now, and then the whole second portion is people going out and getting those things, and then the third portion is now you're actually building the thing. So it was what, like 6 chapters worth.
Yeah, and three retellings from
Yeah.
how to do it from God, then how they told the workers to do it, and then the workers doing it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot
so
of.
bad.
It's awful.
The last 6 chapters or so of Exodus are just
I mean, this
fucking
this isn't
awful.
much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, chapter 18. And the whole congregation of...
You just read that.
I did just read that.
You're
The
up.
whole
Uh,
congregation.
First two.
And there remained among the children of Israel 7 tribes which had not yet received their inheritance. And Joshua said to the children of Israel, "How long are ye slack to go to possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers hath given you? Give out from among you 3 men for each tribe."
You know, this kind of sounds like one of those parents that are, like, they're not mad, they're just disappointed.
Just disappointed. "And I will send them, and they will rise and go throughout the land and describe it according to the inheritance of them. And they shall come again to me. And they shall divide it into 7 parts. Judah shall abide in their coast on the south, and the house of Joseph shall abide in their coasts on the north. Ye shall therefore describe the land into 7 parts, and bring the description hither to me, that I may cast lots for you here before the Lord our God." Now that's interesting, that
Joshua's method of communicating with God is casting lots.
literally,
Which is just basically you gather together some things, you toss
It's
them.
kind of like dice.
it's kind of like dice, it's kind of like
the runes.
kind of tarot card-y.
Which the fortune telling specifically was banned earlier in the Bible, unless it comes from a prophet of God.
Like Joseph.
And of course, if it comes true, it's from a prophet of God.
Right.
Yeah. So he's going to cast lots. But the Levites have no part among you. For the priesthood of the Lord is their inheritance, and Gad and Reuben and half the tribe of half the tribe of Manasseh have received. It says half the tribe of Manasseh.
Does it say which one?
Yeah. 7.
Levites among you in the priesthood, Gad, and half the tribe of Manasseh. You're right.
Half the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance beyond Jordan on the east, which Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave them. And the men arose and went away, and Joshua charged them that went to describe the land, saying, Go and walk through the land and describe it, and come again to me, that I may cast lots for you before the Lord in Shiloh. And the men went and passed through the land, and described it by cities unto 7 parts in a book, and came again to Joshua to the host at Shiloh. And Joshua cast lots for them at Shiloh before the Lord. And there Joshua divided the land unto the children of Israel according to their divisions.
So I guess it's, instead of being like a fortune-telling thing, really more of like, all right, you're all going to pick one thing. Each one's a color of the rainbow on the bottom, and your color gets to be the one you go into.
Yeah, it's a lot closer to dice.
Yeah.
At least in effect.
Drawing straws.
It's drawing straws.
Yeah, drawing straws, that works too,
Okay, where was I? He divided the land. And the lot of the tribe of the children of Benjamin came up according to their families. And the coast of their lot came forth between the children of Judah and the children of Joseph. And their border on the north side was from Jordan, and the border went up to the side of Jericho on the north side, and went up through the mountains westward, and the goings out thereof were at the wilderness of Bethaven. And the border went over from thence toward Luz, to the side of Luz, which is Bethel, southward, and the border descended to Atarothadar, near the hill that lieth on the south side of the nether Beth-horon. And the border was drawn thence, and compassed the corner of the sea southward, from the hill that lieth before Beth-horon southward, and the goings out thereof were at Kiriath-baal, which is Kiriath-jearim, a city of the children of Judah. This was the west quarter. And the south quarter was from the end of Kirjath-jearim, and the border went out of the west and went out to the well of waters of Nephtoah. And the border came down to the end of the mountains that lie between the valley of the son of Hinnom, and which is in the valley of the giants on the north, and descended to the valley of Hinnom to the side of Jebusi on the south, and descended to En-rogel, and was drawn from the north, and went forth to En-shemesh, and went forth toward Geliloth, which is over against the goings up of Adumim, and descended to the stone of Bohan, the son of Reuben, and passed along toward the side over against Arabah, northward, and went down unto Arabah. And the border passed along to the side of Beth-hoglah, northward, and the outgoings of the border were at the north bay of the Salt Sea, at the south end of Jordan. This was the south coast. And Jordan was the border of it on the east side. This was the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, by their families thereof round about, according to their families. Now the cities of the tribe of Benjamin, according to their families, were Jericho, and Beth-hoglah, and the valley of Keziz, and Beth-arba, and Zemraim, and Bethel, and Avim, and Paranah, and Oprah, and Chepharhamamonai. That's Cheparhamonai, and
Shafaramanai.
okay,
That's ridiculous. What a crazy name.
and Acni, and Gaba, 12 cities with their villages, Gibeon, and Ramah, and Beeroth, and Mizpeh, and Chephirath, and Moza, and Rechem, and Irpel, and Tarla, and Zela, Eleph, and Jebusi, which is Jerusalem, Gibeath, and Kirjath, 14 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the children of Benjamin, according to their families, and the end of chapter 18 of Joshua.
Yeah, your list was a lot shorter than mine.
Yeah, but we still lost a number of viewers.
It happens. Especially, like, I don't blame people for not liking this episode.
Nobody disliked it.
No, you better
okay,
not
well-
dislike it.
Well, either way, it's, if you haven't liked it yet, do that. But either way, it's, I get it. It's a very boring episode. Hashtag blame the Bible.
And the chapter that you're reading now is
19.
51 verses.
Yeah,
Chapter 19. You
Fif-
got really long readings today.
I do.
But hey, next time we're going to be finishing Joshua.
Yeah,
so-
next time we're finishing Joshua and then getting into the book of Judges.
Yep.
Oh, and it starts here. The continuing conquest of Canaan in Judges.
Yeah.
That's funny. The second lot came out for Simeon, for the tribe of the people of Simeon, according to their clans and their inheritance, was in the midst of the inheritance of the people of Judah. And they had for their inheritance Beersheba, Sheba, Moladah, Hazar Shual, Bala, Ezem, Eltalad,
Now, hold
Bethan.
on. You say Beersheba
Yes.
and Sheba?
Yes.
Mine says or Sheba, saying that it's an alternative name of Beersheba.
Ooh. Interesting. So
So-
we don't know if it's...
Depending on which Bible you read,
It's one or two people.
it's one or two places.
Yeah.
Or places. Yeah.
Places, yes. Good job, Chris. Bethel, Hormah, Ziklag, Beth Markoboth, Hazar Susa, Beth Leboth, and Sharuhen, 13 cities with their villages. Ain, Rimmon, Ether, and Ashan, 4 cities with their villages, together with all the villages around these cities as far as Baalath Beer, Ramah of the Negeb. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Simeon according to their clans. The inheritance of the people of Simeon formed part of the territory of the people of Judah, because the portion of the people of Judah was too large for them. The people of Simeon obtained an inheritance in the midst of their inheritance. So they got a portion of somebody else's portion?
They're the best.
Yeah, good for them. Sharing is caring.
Yep.
The third lot came for the people of Zebulun, according to their clans, and the territory of their inheritance reached as far as Sarid. Then their boundary goes up westward and on to Mariel and touches Dabaseth. Then the brook that is east of Jokneam, from Sarid, it goes in the other direction eastward toward the sunrise to the boundary of Chisloth Tabor. From there it goes to Dabaroth, then up to Japhia. From there it passes along on the east toward the sunrise to Gathhepher and Ethkazin, and going on to Rimmon, it bends toward Nia. Then on the north, the boundary turns about to Hanathon, and it ends in the valley of Ifthael, and Kata, and Nahalal, Shimron, Idalah, and Bethlehem. There's one we recognize. We recognize Bethlehem.
Bethlehem is recognized,
Yes.
and Bethlehem is inherited by
The
the
tribe of
children
Zebulun.
of Zebulun.
Yes. 12 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the people of Zebulun according to their clans. These cities with their villages. The fourth lot came out for Issachar, for the people of Issachar according to their clans. Their territory included Jezreel, Cheseloth, Shunem, Hapharaim, Shion, Anaharath, Rabith, Kishion, Ebez, Remeth, En-Ganim, En-Haddah, Beth-Pazez. The boundary also touches Tabor. What the fuck is this? Shahauzma and Beth Shemesh, and its boundary ends at the Jordan. 16 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Issachar, according to their clans, the cities with their villages. The fifth lot came out for a tribe of the people of Asher, according to their clans. Their territory included Helkath, Hali, Beton, Akshaf, Alamelech, Amad, and Mishal. On the west, it touches Carmel and Sihor Libnath. Then it turns eastward. It goes to Beth Dagon and touches Zebulun and the valley of Iftael.
Ruben's mic just died.
Did it?
My mic just
Oh, well, he's
died.
not talking anyways, so it's fine that his mic died. Yeah. Where the fuck was I? Of Iftael, northward to Bethemech and Neiel. Then it continues in the north to Kabul, Ebron, Rehab, Haman, Kana, as far as Sidon the Great. Then the boundary turns to Ramah, reaching to the fortified city of Tyre. Then the boundary turns to Hosa, and it ends at the sea. Mahalab, Akzib, Umah, Afek, and Rehab. 22 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Asher, according to their clans. These cities with their villages. This is not a lot of fun.
No.
I'm sure it's not fun for the audience, too.
Hey, for 25 of them, they've been sticking around through this whole thing. Thanks for sticking around. You're accomplishing something.
You really are. This is probably not the highlight of your day. The sixth lot came out for the people of Naphtali. For the people of Naphtali, according to their clans, and their boundary ran from from the oak of Zananim, and Adami, Nekeb, and Jabneel as far as Lakum, and it ended at the Jordan. Then the boundary turns westward to Asnath Tabor and goes from there to Hakuk, Hakuk, touching Zebulun at the south, and Asher on the west, and Judah on the east at the Jordan. The fortified cities are Ziddim, Zer, Hamath, Rakath, Chinnereth, Adama,
OT just
Rama.
donated $6.66.
Thank you, OT,
OT.
for 666. That's the first one.
Yeah, if we reach 6, we'll summon the devil.
Or me.
I love summoning the devil. That's a pastime of ours.
Yeah,
We summon a lot of the devil.
yeah.
Yeah. And not the entire devil, just most of them. Like his horns are usually missing.
Well, it's
He's
proportionate.
missing a tooth. He's missing a tooth.
It's
That's the
proportionate
pick of destiny.
to the amount of 666s that are given.
Yeah. So if you want the devil to rise, you gotta donate all the 666s.
I suppose.
Where was I saying weird things?
You were saying
Some list of
yeah, some
cities.
list. Rama, Hazor, Kadesh, Edrei, En-Hazor, Yiron, Migdal El, Horem, Bethanath, and Beth Shemesh, 19 cities with their villages. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Naphtali, according to their clans, the cities with their villages. The seventh lot came out for the tribe of the people of Dan, according to their clans, and the territory of its inheritance included Zorah, Eshtoal, Ir-Shemesh, Shabolbim, Sha'alabim, Ajalon, Ithla, Elon, Timnah, Ekron, Eltekeh, Gibbethon, Baalath, Jehud, or Yehud, I guess, Bena Barak, Gath Rimmon, and Mijarkon, and Rakan, with the territory over against Joppa.
It says Jaffo.
Okay, so
With
Joppa,
the border before Jaffo.
it depends on how this is pronounced, but if it's pronounced Joppa, then it just means butt in Russian. When the territory of the people of Dan was lost to them, the people of Dan went up and fought against Lashem. And after capturing it and striking it with the sword, they took possession of it and settled in it, calling Lashem Dan, after the name of Dan, their ancestor. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the people of Dan, according to their clans, these cities with their villages. So far, Dan seems like the one that, and Benjamin too.
Yeah.
They didn't really succeed in taking over the areas. Was it the other one too? Was there? No, that was something else. But yeah, they did not succeed initially, so they had to try again somewhere else.
Yeah.
When they had finished distributing the several territories of the land as inheritance, the people of Israel gave an inheritance among them to Joshua the son of Nun. By command of the Lord, they gave him the city that he asked, Timnath-Serah, in the hill country of Ephraim, and he rebuilt the city and settled in it. These are the inheritances that Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the heads of the fathers' houses of the tribes of the people of Israel distributed by lot at Shiloh before the Lord at the entrance of the tent of meeting. So they finished dividing the land.
Wow.
Yes!
That is the end of chapter 19. And next time, we will be covering chapters 20 through 24? 24.
Yeah, 24.
Through 24, which is the end of Joshua.
You know, I forget. When they were sending out the spies in any of the stories, did they ever say that they were spying on the whole land, or was it just in some cities?
I think that they sent out the spies just to see, like, the general lay of the land.
Yeah, they didn't specify.
Yeah, but now they're like naming specific places.
Yeah.
So this is very obviously written afterwards.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, wow, that took a long time.
That did, and we're sorry for your ears and everything you had to endure today.
Yep, but hey, if you liked it,
Like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. Lawrence said all that stuff about Patreon earlier,
Yeah.
which is super neat.
You get a lot of great rewards.
And if you want to be on this show, $50 a month will do it.
3 slots available.
3 slots available.
Yep. Also, if you guys like what we do and don't want to like continuously give us money, but just want a shirt, we have those too at our Teespring.
Yes, we do. And we've also got your book for sale.
Yeah, that's right. In the link, there's a link in the description of this video where you can buy, instead of becoming a patron to get the book, you can just pay $5 and get the book.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a short read, but it's just a debunking of the 10 most common arguments for God. Yeah, there's that. And if you read it, just give it a review.
Yeah.
It's nice, yeah. But links is in the description.
Landon recommends the book.
Yeah, and he's a scientist, so...
He's a scientist, so we know it's scientifically sound.
So other than that,
I think...
So actually, I do have one announcement that I forgot about. Yeah,
You're pregnant, and Chris is the father!
How did you know? So Landon was talking about the Non Sequitur show earlier. I'm actually going on the Non Sec show next month to talk about pirates.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, yo
Ho, yo, ho.
Yeah, it's the day before Talk Like a Pirate Day.
And when's Landon going on the Non Sequitur show today?
I don't know. I'm sure I'll see a notification about it.
Well, you'll have to tell them how pirates actually talked.
Well, the thing is, it's kind of hard to tell because we don't have that much from like pirates themselves. I'm going to bring 2 books with me onto the show. Pirates in Their Own Words, which is a collection of writings from the time period, from like pirates talking about what they're doing or if they wrote any letters or anything. And oh, okay. So he is going on the show pretty soon then.
We should watch that.
Yeah, 1 p.m. Pacific. So that's in in like 45 minutes.
Right.
So I think that's it. So what was I just talking about?
Ending the show.
Ending the show. No, you were
No,
talking
pirates,
about
okay.
pirates.
Yeah, and the other one I'm bringing is called, what is it fucking called? I forget what it's called, but it's
Ending
like,
the show.
shut the fuck up. But it's basically a collection of different pirate sayings. Some of them are real, and some of them are from like popular fiction things, like Treasure Island or old pirate movies or something.
Avast, matey.
That's in there, I'm
Arr!
sure. So I'm doing all that stuff. I'm gonna be on there with a pirate historian.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I bet you can school him.
Yeah, he probably knows more. He's actually like completed books on the thing. We had him on our channel, Benderson Little. We had him on for an interview.
I bet he schooled you.
It was an interview.
Oh.
With no schooling necessary.
Did you lose?
The interview?
Yes, Ruben, I lost the interview.
Wow.
You know what
How
else
do you
I-
even accomplish that,
You know what else
Lawrence?
I lost? The game.
Oh. Well,
That's easy.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll see a lot of dislikes now.
yeah, probably.
Thanks.
'Cause
Well, anyways, that's the end of the show, everybody. Have fun until the next week when we send information to your eye holes and ear holes.
that.